Hello, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Fawn. If you are coming back, welcome back. I missed you. There is something, I want to say this correctly. There is something that you have given up on because you haven't given it the old college try. And this, if this resonates with you, it will resonate with you immediately. Like you will know what I'm talking about. And you might even argue with me, but if you want to stay for the reading, you can stay for the reading. But there is something that you have given up on recently that you thought wasn't right for you, but you need to bend the rules a little bit. Or, you need to do it again. Because one time wasn't enough information, or the amount of times you did it wasn't enough information to really know whether or not that was right for you. And there is information in these tries, even if it is not the final version of the thing, there's information in doing the work, 111, 111, 111. So yeah, let us see what is in store for my collective today. This is an interesting one. And it's not an admonishing energy at all. It's not like you're just not trying hard enough. That's not the vibe. The vibe is very much like you tried something and you immediately were like, I hate this and I'm never doing it again. But the information was tainted because it was new. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this. Let me get some cards and let me just, your brain is not used to the process that it takes to do this new thing. Therefore, your brain said, I don't like this because it is difficult and not necessarily because it is wrong for you. So, yes. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So we have King of Pentacles right away. Interesting. So this is real you, real grounded energy. And I feel like this could be a potential outcome for this. You are someone who... I'm going to say this. And there are caveats. There is nuance. So listen. You are someone who thrives in comfort. This is giving me big Taurian vibes, okay? You are someone who likes comfort in life. And that is not a bad thing to like. But when things make you uncomfortable, you may immediately shut them down. When you need to look at him, his eyes are closed. I don't think he's liking it. What's happening? But he's sitting with the discomfort because it is teaching him something. And that is a skill you might think you're better at than you are. I'm getting the image of someone who pushes themselves, right? Like, this is not to say you don't do the work. This is to say that you do the work when you understand the level of discomfort it's going to bring you. But when discomfort that is surprising happens, you might shut down a little bit. Death card for sure. There is an ending. This is the potential. This thing that you tried, or this thing that you have an idea of. This is a potential ending and new beginning of your entire way of life. It's like a self-made tower moment in that, like, you know that your life would change, potentially even for the better, if this was successful. And that is scary as well. That's a scary, like, concept to sit in, even if it's what you want. And sometimes things that bring such radical change or major change can be scary to our brains, and our brains want to say that's not safe, right? Chariot. Honestly, I think that like, this movement is something you want. And so you might feel really stuck or trapped or confused because you're like, well, I'm doing these things and I'm not getting the movement I want. And also, my hair looks like it's two different lengths right now. And I'm sorry, this is very distracting for me because that's not correct. I just cut it. And maybe that's on me. I apologize. So maybe your hair is important to you. But we're just going with it. I don't know why it looks like this. I swear it does not normally. I swear yesterday it did not look like this. Okay, I apologize. Distraction. But this movement is something you've asked for. It's something you want. It's something you desire. And so... this might be confusing to you when you're like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Like, I'm doing everything right, and then, but there's this, like, thing that you're kind of avoiding that you don't realize you're avoiding because you just assumed it wasn't for you instead of learning how to sit in the discomfort with it. I'm going to give an example because I feel like I'm talking a lot in vagaries, and I want to ground this in reality. So I took a job as a social media manager, and I still have that job. But I thought at first, when we first had our first viral video, right? When we first went viral and there were hundreds of comments, most of them hate comments, I was so overwhelmed by that. Like, I had gotten in the groove of this new change, right? Like, I knew that that getting into the groove of this new job would be different for me because it would be pouring energy into a job I previously wasn't doing. But when that happened, it demanded so much of my attention that day or for the next like week or so that I was like, oh, I can't handle this level of thing. Like, this is not for me. I was like thinking immediately, I was like, I need to quit this job as soon as my contract runs out. Like, I'm not renewing my contract. I can't do this. This is overwhelming. But I made it through that level of discomfort, that first level of discomfort. And this might be like an extreme example compared to what you're doing, but like, I made it through that first like week of discomfort. And when I learned how to handle it, when I learned the skills I needed to manage it, how to compartmentalize it, how to utilize it to make it more content with, and like understand those skills that I was lacking because this was my first time doing this job, like I walked away with so many new skills that still help me to this day. And I don't need to utilize them most of the time, but they've helped me in other areas of my life, and they've helped me come to realize what job or like what I want out of my future, out of my job, out of my career. And so it might be that kind of thing. And like, it probably isn't that extreme for you. It might be something as simple as like, I filmed a video and it was uncomfortable for me and the process seems unsustainable. I would say that unless it is currently unsustainable for you, unless this thing is currently unsustainable or currently impossible for you, I would give it another go for a little bit. Like, give it a month, or give it a week, even if it's something you're doing every day, if it's a new habit, whatever it is. Like, make sure you get plenty of rest if that's something you need. Like, for some of you, like if this is a workout or like something you're trying to slowly change. But if it feels over, give it some time. And even if you still decide you don't want to do that thing after a month, that's fine. But you probably have some new skills and you have new information about things you don't want to do, and maybe even more specifics about things you don't want to do. And something new might grow from that experience. And that's sort of like, this is wherein this transformation lies. That's why you were being asked to go down this path. That's why you were brought to this path in the first place. It wasn't to say no, it was to learn how to sit with the discomfort of the overwhelm and learn new skills in that overwhelm. And there it will be movement and growth from that. But it sort of is like, for some of you, if you identify with this, or like if this resonates with you, this might be like a final test of a lesson you've been learning. For me, I don't really vibe with the language of tests, but I was called to say that, so that might be something that makes sense for you. Because this is stemming from a foundation that you've built, right? This is, I think also for some of you, it's like, this might be the fruits of your labor, but the fruits of your labor are confusing because they're not what you expected them to look like. And it's because it is sort of the first step in the reaping of all of the things that you've built, right? So like, you're like, this isn't the path that I had in mind, or this isn't the path I was thinking of when I, decided to go down this way, like decided to go down this route. And like, that's fine, but it might be the path it's taking you on. It might be where you're headed, and that might be because you still have a couple more things to learn from the rest of this path. Okay. Not cards I need. Not right now. That's not for this message. So yeah, it might be confusing to you, and you might be like, well, what the fuck do I do? You keep doing the thing that you're kind of avoiding, unfortunately, for a little bit. And it will start to either bring you the fruits of your labor that you expected, or it will show you a new path utilizing skills that you needed from this one, the Hermit. Yeah, and I feel like maybe some of you've been building quietly, like on your own, in your house, or by yourself, or this road might be lonely. It might be asking you to rely on yourself or kind of go hermit mode. So it depends on how that resonates for you, but it's definitely something that is like, and maybe that's part of it, is like, my chipmunk friend is back. Hi, buddy. He watches me while I do readings, so maybe chipmunks are relevant to you. But yeah, so maybe this is asking you to go deep, or maybe just asking you, maybe it's something that is a lot more lonely. Like maybe it is you are setting out on a solo entrepreneur project that is overwhelming and scary to you, where you used to work in an office and you used to see people every day, and you even liked that aspect of working in an office, seeing your coworkers and talking to people, and now you feel like, I can't handle the loneliness anymore. But 1111, it's like, we're asking you to adjust and learn how to make it work and learn those skills, because maybe you do need to be alone for a while. Maybe you being alone for a while will let you stumble upon some sort of idea, like letting your mind wander, letting your mind sit in that discomfort. And that is, yeah, Ace of Swords. What was I saying? An idea. This is upside down because it's a bat. Bat. But Ace of Swords, what was I saying? Like, you have good ideas. You know what you want, and that is something that is such, like, that is that Taurian stubbornness coming out again. I feel like, I don't know why Taurus earth signs in general are really like, there's this big stubborn energy of like, I know what I want, but like you're sort of unwilling to do what it takes to get there, and that's not what you think about yourself, because you're like, you're like, universe, spirit, I'm willing to work hard, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, just give me a sign. And the sign is like, that thing you thought you shouldn't be doing is actually the thing you need to be doing right now. That's the thing. The thing you're avoiding, the thing that you said, nah, that's not for me. You need to try it. You need to do that again. That's the path you need to walk right now. And it kind of fucking blows sometimes. Like, I get that. It kind of fucking blows. Two pumpkins, two pentacles here with balance. And yeah, this is a balance. Like, spirit is asking you, right, to be like, to really listen. Really listen. Like, really listen. It's not asking you whether or not you can do this thing for the rest of your life. It's asking if you can do it for a month to learn a skill you need to skill. Learn a skill you need maybe to scale. That could be a thing. But like, yeah, there is something you need to learn from this. It's important. And it is the stepping stone for your new reality, your new life, whatever it is you're building, like everything. There is a skill. That's too many cards. No. Yes. There is a skill you're working on. I need to shuffle these again. And I think a lot of it has to do with sitting in discomfort. Some of you might think you're better at that than you are, because maybe you've been forced to sit in discomfort. This is asking you to choose to sit in. A baby bunny. Oh my god. It's so small. And it's eating all the clover flowers. I'm sorry, maybe you guys resonate with animals. Little tiny bunnies, little tiny chipmunks. I feel like a princess. Just wait till the baby groundhogs get out here. Can't handle those either. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you sit in nature, near nature. Chomping away. Okay, I'm focused. But this is asking you to choose to sit in discomfort. Whereas in the past, you've been forced to sit in discomfort. It's like, if you want a life that you're building for yourself, that is for you, that is from you, you have to choose to sit in these moments of in these uncomfortable moments. And that's tough. It's tough. It's tough when you're making all your own choices and you can be like, I'd rather not, and then don't do it. It's tough. I know. I bet I'm there now. This message is also for me. So just in case you're feeling too called out, this message is also for me. That's why I'm doing this reading. Fool. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Part of being the fool, part of starting on a new venture, there is the hope, there is the passion, there's the spirit, there's the drive forward. And then there's this really gray area of like, I don't know if this is going to work. Spirit is asking you to do it anyway. It's asking you to sit in that gray area. You're being asked to take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time and focus. Okay, can I get more messages? Yeah, because the things you see in your future, the things that you desire, right? They are past this. Sorry, she's so cute. They're past this moment. This is you, buddy. This is uncomfortableness. Why do I keep saying that? That's not a fucking word. This is uncomfortable moments, right? Like maybe you lost your candy, your trick-or-treat candy, but you have to keep moving forward and sitting in a candyless space. Okay. So yeah, we've been hearing this message getting beat into you. Like we get it now. What are other things? Is there anything else we need to talk about, or is this it? Is this a one single, this is what you need to hear right now message? Anything else, Spirit? Any other messages, or is it just this same one? Okay. High Priestess. Yeah, you're doing great. Have that faith. Have that faith in yourself. Trust in yourself. Because you are doing the damn thing, right? And this is something that you need to know. And you would probably be led here, but you're being given the opportunity to choose it. And it is a skill you need to learn how to choose. So being asked to do so in this moment is much easier than the alternative. Whoa. And this is what I'll say. This trust in yourself, this trust in your ability to do hard things, this trust in your ability to sit in this level of uncomfortableness, still not a word, it is what brings you. It is what brings you forward. It is what brings you the message or the next step or the skill that you're looking for. It is what brings you closer to being able to realize that dream fully and move on. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you. And this bunny is getting so close to me. She is saying hello right up to the window, and there she goes. So yeah, maybe bunnies are a sign for you. Or chipmunks. That was this reading, right? I can't remember. Anyway, that is what I'm saying for you. I hope you have a lovely day. I love you. You're doing great. And I know you can do this. And I will see you in my next reading. Bye.